In this lecture, we are going to take a look at another type of scan called the fin scan. So what happens in the fin scan is that the client will send a packet containing the fin flag and then send it over a particular port that it wishes to initiate a connection with the server. So it will send a plug containing a packet containing a fin flag over a particular port to the server. And if the client didn't receive any response, then we can conclude that that particular port is open or filtered. So it is either it is open or filtered. So we don't have a straight conclusion. So it is either that particular port is open or filtered. All right. So also, if the client send a packet containing a pin flag over a particular port to a server, and it receives a packet with a reset and acknowledgement flag, then we conclude that that particular port is closed. However, if the response is an ICMP error, Internet Control Message Protocol, a packet containing ICMP layer with a field type 3, code 1239110 or 13, then we can conclude that that particular port is filtered. So as you can see, this is very much similar to the scan, to the XMS scan that we covered in the previous lecture. So with just some little, the only difference is that here we are sending a single flag, unlike the other SMS scan where we send three flags: the pin flag, the push flag, and the urgent flag. So in this type of scan, we are only sending a single type of flag called the pin flag. All right, so let's see how we can implement this as an algorithm and how we can translate that algorithm into Python code. So in the form of an algorithm, we can see that we are going to send a packet containing the pin flag, and then if the response is a packet with a acknowledgement or set flag, then we can say that the port is closed. However, if the response is an ICMP error type 3, code 1239110 or 13, then we say the port is filtered. However, if we couldn't get any response, then that means that the port is open or filtered. So now let's go and see how we can translate this into a code. So I'll just come over here, and then I'm going to define a function and then call it a pin scan. So I'll just come over here, go down 2 lines, and then I'm going to define a function, and then I'm going to call it pin scan. And then as usual, we are going to pass to it a target that is the IP address that is going to scan, and then the port that is going to scan. All right, so now since it is very much similar to the XMS scan that we covered earlier, so we don't need to reinvent the wheel, we don't need to save time. We just come over here, just copy the code, and then we copy it, and then we come over here, and then we just paste it. And then we go over, since according to the algorithm, we are sending only a pin packet, not a pin flag, not 3 types of flag. So we just go over there and then make sure that we are sending only the pin flag. So unlike the SMS flag, SMS scan, where we send the pin, the push, and the urgent flag, here we are only sending a pin flag. Okay, so I'll just put it as pin, and then if we have the response, and if the response is 20, so what corresponds to 20, we can look at our table. What we have as 20 is reset and arc flag, and that is what we have in the algorithm. If you go back to our algorithm, you say if the response is reset and arc flag, then we can say that the port is closed. So we can say that the port is closed, and else if it is ICMP type 3 with code in 1239110 or 13, that is what we have exactly in the algorithm here as well. Then we can see the port is filtered. So also here we have it that the port is filtered, and if we couldn't get any response, that means that our scanned response is equivalent to none. Then that is why we have the else here. So we are going to return either the port is open or filtered. So with this, we have successfully implemented our pin scan. So now we are going to invoke it in a function. Now we are going to invoke the function, run it, and then see whether we'll be able to get the result that we are trying to achieve. So pin scan. So I'll just go over there go over the terminal and then try to scan the Windows 10 machine with it. So just come over here and then try to access the okay, so this is the last command that we run. So I'll just delete this. Is not seen. We are performing a pin scan over port 80 and on the target 10.0.2.15. okay, so I'll just hit enter. So and then I'm going to input my password. Right, so let's see what we are going to have on the output. Okay, so as we can see, it's open filtered. That means we couldn't get any response. So there was no any response. So perhaps the firewall on the Windows 10 is enabled. So let's go and disable the firewall and then try to run the script again and then see what the response is going to look like. So I'll just come over here and then, okay, as you can see, it is on. So we are going to set it up now. We are going to disable the firewall and then go back to the Kali Linux attacking machine and then try to run the script and then see what the output is going to be. Perfect. So as we can see that the port is closed. Now let's try another port. Let's say we want to scan port 135 and then see what our output is going to be. Closed. So okay, so this port is also closed as according to our fin scan. All right, so we have successfully implemented fin scan, and in the next lecture we are going to continue adding more functionality to our port scanner.